Thanks for tuning in so we can talk about sports, wine, and food. Some of my favorite things. Actually, all of my favorite things. Now, right now, the NBA playoffs are happening, and I am following them intensely because my favorite basketball team, the Golden State Warriors, are playing in the NBA playoffs. It is the second round, and there are some really fun matchups. The Warriors are playing the Timberwolves out of Minnesota, and I'm not sure how that's going to go because our best player, Steph Curry, is currently hurt. So I'm hoping that he is able to have a speedy recovery and come back and move us on to victory. Some of the other matchups that are pretty interesting is the Indiana Pacers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Pacers are basically beating the snot out of the Cavaliers, and I just don't see how Cleveland is going to get out of here without getting swept. One of the other ones that's kind of a surprise to me has been the Celtics versus the Knicks. The Knicks are up 2-0 on the Celtics. I think the Celtics will win their next game, which happens to be today, but I don't think they're going to win this series. I think the Knicks are going to be moving on, which is surprising because the Knicks haven't been good since I was a child. So I don't even know what to make of that. But I also want to mention that right now the NHL playoffs are also happening. You know, the NBA and the NHL, their seasons parallel each other. So they have the same number of games, 82, and their playoffs in about the same time, which is June. I don't watch the NHL, so basically I've told you everything that I know about the NHL right now. All right, now let's get into the wine. So where I am in the Bay Area, the weather is now starting to become super beautiful and it's like just very sunny, and some days have been hot. Today is actually one of the days that it's hot. And so now it's time for us to really start thinking about, hey, well, let's start having more white wines. You know, a white wine is a great refreshing choice because you can have it outside in your backyard. You can take it with you on a picnic. You can take it to a concert, or maybe you just want to go to the beach and relax with some wine. You know, it's a beautiful way to spend some time. But if you are not sure what wines you want to take, I've got some great ones for you. And I'm going to talk about one that I think is an excellent choice, especially if you are trying to transition from somebody who drinks sweeter wines, like let's say Moscato or Riesling, to somebody who drinks drier wines, like Sauvignon Blanc and Viognier. So this wine today is like right there in the middle. Not sweet, but definitely not on the drier end. But it is still one that I really enjoy, and it has low level of acidity because I love Sauvignon Blanc and Viognier, but sometimes the acid can be quite high, and that could be a turnoff for people, especially if you're just getting into wine. You know, we got to ease on in, you know. You always got to learn how to crawl before you can run. So today's wine is from Sardinia, which is an island off the coast of Italy. And the grape that we're going to be drinking is called Vermentino. And one of the things you need to know about Vermentino is that it is a green grape, and about 75% of all the Vermentino in the world is grown on this small island off the coast of Italy. Now, it also occurs in other places like Provence, France, and it actually grows really great in California. But people just really are not familiar and are not exposed to it. So I want to take this time to expose you to it. Today we're having Vermentino di Sardinia from Trissini. And Trissini is actually the brand. The bottler is called Viticola, let me check the last name, Romangini. Okay, and this particular bottle is from 2020. And what you'll see when you look in the glass, just like with most white wines, you're going to be seeing a gold color here. And if you were to lay it on the side and look at the rim on the edge, you would see that it has kind of a straw color, which is a little bit darker on the edge. And it is just a beautiful, enjoyable cold wine. Now, the ideal temperature for this wine is 46 to 50 degrees. Now, Fahrenheit. And you may be thinking, hey, I don't know what that means. How am I going to know when I'm at that temperature? A good rule of thumb is put this bottle of wine in for 30 minutes and then take it out. Because if the wine gets too cold, you cannot enjoy all the beautiful smells and tastes of the wine. But if the wine is too warm, you also cannot enjoy the beautiful taste and smells of the wine. So about 30 minutes before you want to drink it is like really all you need. Okay, let's get into more of the wine. So on the nose, right away, I'm getting hit with like salty smell, kind of a coastal smell. You know, Sardinia is a island, so you're getting a lot of coastal things there. You're also getting, you know, a lot of wet stone, which makes sense because at beaches you often have wet stones. And I'm also getting a kind of a fresh smell like a green apple at the same time. Now, on the tongue, I'm immediately being hit with citrus peel, a little bit of lemon, a little bit of that salinity. I mean, it's low. That salty smell that we smelled, we're kind of tasting it. Same with a little bit of minerality, kind of to pick up on the rocks that we smelled also. And as I mentioned, low acid. This is really an easy drinker. You know, on the bottle, it suggests having it with like seafood and pasta. But I want to tell you what I had mine with, because I was watching sports when I had it, and I was having mine with a snack. And that snack was something amazing, and it's Grillo's pickle de gallo. Now, if you're wondering what the hell pickle de gallo is, imagine pico de gallo. You know, you've seen it before. It is a salsa made out of tomatoes, and it is raw and chunky. Imagine if you replace all those tomatoes with pickles. And I put some on this chip so you can see it. It looks just like that. It tastes fantastic, especially if you like pickles. So it's salty, but it does not get lost with this wine, and this wine doesn't overpower it. They're actually a great combination together. So let's recap what we've covered today. 1, I'm rooting for the Warriors to go all the way to get into the third round of the playoffs. 2, this bottle of wine is Trenticini from Viticola Romana. It's a 2020 Vermentino from Sardinia. I saw this bottle online between $15 and $25. I don't remember how I acquired this bottle, if it was a gift or if it was something I just picked up. So I can't say exactly how much it was, it cost, but that's what I saw online. It is super delicious, light and easy, and something that you should get to. So here's with my pickle de gallo and a little bit of Vermentino. Cheers.